add-ons. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the free Explore Horizontal Menu widget for Elementor. Horizontal menus are a great way to organize categories or pages on your website, showcasing important sections. Additionally, they adapt to different screen sizes, making them suitable for every device. So let me show you some real-time use cases. Here, this horizontal menu is used on this clothing website. As you can see, it keeps the navigation simple and organized. And when we hover, we can see this submenu for more details. So this layout allows the user to easily navigate the site while keeping the design clean and visually appealing. Now let me show you the second example. Here, the horizontal menu widget is used on this food gallery website. So as you can see here, the horizontal menu helps to keep the focus on the images by not taking up too much vertical space. This way, the dishes remain the main attraction and the layout stays clean and engaging. Now let me show you the third example. Here, as you can see, the horizontal menu is used on this photography website. So you can see the horizontal menu minimize the distractions, allowing the photos to take the center stage. So this layout maintains a clean look and directs the user attention to the images. It also makes the browsing experience more engaging. Before we start, please make sure to download the free version of Explore Elementor add-ons by clicking on the link given in the description below. Or you can also watch the video of how to install and activate the free version of Explore Elementor add-ons. So let's start by creating a horizontal menu for this page. Search for horizontal menu from this widget panel and drag it to our desired location on this page. Usually menus are placed in the header of the page. These pink lines indicate that where the widget will be positioned. This is the default view of our widget. You can see there is no menu and there is written there are no menus in your site. Go to menu screen to create one. Yes. So we have to go to the WordPress setting to create a menu. Now click on this menu screen and there we go. And here we are at the WordPress dashboard. You can also come from the dashboard, then click on appearance, and from the appearance section, you have to click on menus. From here, we will create a menu. Enter the menu name. Just an example, I'm writing here menu 1. Now click on create menu. And look, this is the default view of our menu. Here we have these pages. From here you can choose the page that you want to link in the menu. Just like I'm choosing here home, flash sale, products, and there's some menus of the product hair care, skincare, and organic products. Also choose this about and reviews. Yeah. Now we can set the layout of this menu. Just drag these pages like this. I'm choosing the home to first and the products, flash sale to second. Now the product to third. Oops, no, not like this. It's a sub item of organic product. I don't want like this. Wait, let me show you. Yeah. And if you want to make a sub menu or sub item, then drag the page just like this. Yeah, this is the final look of our menu. Now click on Save Menu. Now go to the pages. And from here, we will choose the home. And yeah, there we go. Ta-da! We have our menu. It's like this. This is the default view of our widget if you have created any menu in the settings of WordPress. Let's delete this one. I just want to show you from the start. Now search for horizontal menu from this widget panel and drag it to our desired location on this page. Now this is the default view of our widget. Under the content tab, here we have this general section. From here we can choose the menu. Because we have only one menu at the settings of the WordPress. And if you create more menus, then it will show more menus in this option. Next, we have this one-page navigation. If you want to create a horizontal menu for single-page navigation, then enable this option for one-page navigation. By enabling this option, the user will be directed to the relevant section of the content on the same page. Now we have this alignment option. From here we can choose the alignment of this menu. We can choose from left, center or right. Or we can choose justify like this. I'm choosing here right. Yeah, like this. Now we have this responsive breakout option. Breakpoints are usually introduced when the content appears misaligned. Once you set the value, the content will adjust based on the screen orientation and device width. Select from the drop-down menu. We can choose from tablet and mobile, and none. Let's switch to the tablet mode. And if I'm choosing tablet and mobile, you can see this toggle button. Now let's choose the responsive breakpoint to mobile only. And it's like this. You can see when we click on this icon, the menu will appear. Now switch to the tablet mode and choose here tablet and mobile. And we can see the responsive menu. You can see this is how it works. Next we have these toggle icons for this menu. We can choose from the icon library just like this. And look. Now let's change this to default. We can choose the close icon in the same manner. Now we have this address option. From here we can choose the address of the menu, from where the menu will appear. If I'm choosing left, it's like this. And if I'm choosing right, and you can see the menu will appear from the right side of this page. I'm choosing here right, like this. Now that we are done with the content editing phase, it's time to jump into the styling tab. Let's do some styling of our widget. Let's switch to the desktop mode. Yeah. Under the styling tab, here we have this menu, sub-menu, toggle button and responsive menu section. Let's start with the menu. Here we have this layout option. From here we can choose a layout from these 13 unique layout options. Let me show you. If I'm choosing this crossover and look. Now let's try the other one, that is push right. And you can see this is how it works. Now let's try the other one, that is focus lens. And it's like this. It's amazing, right? Feel free to play around with these options for more layouts. Next we have this typography option. From here we can adjust the menu typography. Let me show you. From here we can choose the fonts family. I'm choosing the font style to Roboto. Like this. Now we can adjust the font size. Simply drag the slider to adjust the font size. Just like this. I'm setting the font size to 18. And look. The close this drop down menu. Now we have this color option. From here we can adjust the color of this menu on normal, hover and active state. Just an example, I'm choosing the text color to red and the background color to somewhat pink, or like this. And look, now move to the hover. Now I'm choosing the text color to green and the background color to yellow or somewhat beige, you can say that. Like this. Now move to the active. Here I'm choosing the text color to blue and the background color to gray. And look, you can see. And look, you can see this is how it works. From here you can choose the normal color, hover color and the active button color. Now set this all to default. Next we have this border type option. From here we can choose the border type, just like I'm choosing here solid. Now let's choose the border width. If I'm choosing 5 and look, now let's set this to 1. Now we have this border color option. Let's use the border color to red. And if you want to make the edges round, then use this border radius option. Let me show you. If I'm choosing here 20 and look, 5. Let's set this to 10 and look. Now we have this padding option. Basically, padding is the space between the content and the border of an element. Let me show you how it works. At first, I'm choosing the padding to 2, or we can try 5, 50, yeah, you can see. Now we have this margin option. Basically, margin setting impacts the space around a block. Margin is usually used to add gaps between the elements on a page. At first, I'm setting the margin to 20 just to show you how it works. And look. Now set this all to default. Feel free to play around with these options for more adjustments. Close this menu section and move to the sub-menu section. At first, here we have this typography option. Adjust the typography of this sub-menu in the same manner. We will choose the font family to Roboto. Now we will adjust the font size. Just drag the slider to adjust the font size. Like this. I'm setting the font size to 15. And look, it's pretty amazing, right? Now we have this width option. From here we can adjust the width of the submenu. Let me show you how it works. And look, you can see I'm setting this to default because I'm good without this width option. Now we have this color option of the submenu on normal, hover, and active state. We can adjust these colors in the same manner as we done before. Let me show you. I'm choosing the text color to blue and the background color to light pink. And look. Now move to the hover. I'm choosing the text color to green and the background color to pink. You can see? I know I'm not good at choosing colors. So just ignore it. You can choose any color according to your preferences. You can choose the active color in the same manner. Now come back to the normal. I'm choosing the text color to white and the background color to somewhat pink. Yeah, alright. I mean red. And yeah. Now move to the hover. Let's change the text color to white and the background color to pink. Yeah, it's pretty amazing, right? You can suggest me any color theme. Simply leave those in comments below and I would love to try that color theme. Now we have the separator color and separator size option. Just drag the slider to adjust the separator size. Just like this. And look. Now set this to default. Now let's choose a separator color. I'm choosing the separator color to black. Now let's adjust the separator size to 5 and look. You can see this is how it works. Now we have this padding option. Let's set the padding to 20 and you can see. Now set this all to default. Now close this submenu section and move to the toggle button section. Initially, here we have this alignment option. From here we can choose the alignment of the toggle button. For this, first we need to switch to the tablet mode. Let me show you. If I'm choosing here center, and look, if I'm choosing right, you can see, it's like this. I'm choosing here right. Now we have this size option. From here we can adjust the size of this toggle button. I'm setting this to 20. Now we have this background size option. Let's set the background size to 40. But for this, we also need to choose the background color to show you the background. Let's choose the toggle button color to black and the background color to green. And look, let's try the toggle button color to red. Oops, what I'm doing. Let's choose the toggle button color to red, and look, it matched my theme, but I think so I'm good without this red color. Let's set this to default. Moving to the next option, here we have this border type. From here we can choose the border type for this toggle icon. Let's choose the border to solid and the border width to 1. And look, now let's choose the border color to red and the border radius to 10 to make the edges round. Now let's set this to 20, and look, you can easily make a unique toggle button. Just use this option in a creative way. Now set these all options to default because I'm just showing you that how these all features will work. Now close this toggle button section and move to the responsive menu section. From here we will style the responsive menu. Click on this toggle button to show the menu. At first, here we have this width option. From here we can adjust the width of this menu just like this. Just drag the slider to adjust the width of this menu. I'm setting the width of this menu to 320 like this. Now we have this background color option. From here we can choose the background color for this menu. Let me show you. If I'm choosing here pink, and you can see this is how it works. Now let's set this to default. Now we have this overlay color. Let's try the overlay color to light pink, and you can see this is how it works. Now let's set this all to default. Now click on this toggle button so that you can see the overlay color. This is the default overlay color of this responsive menu, and I'm good with this. Now we have this padding option. Let's try 20. Oh, somewhat 50. You can see. Now we have this close button option. From here we can adjust the close button size and the background size. I'm setting the button size to 20 and the background size to 25. Like this. It's pretty simple and amazing. Now we can choose the close button color. Let's choose the button color to red and the background color to green, just to show you that how these color will work. Now let's choose the border type to solid and the border width to 1. And look, I think this button is an alien. I don't know why, but this green color reminds me of aliens. What do you think about this? Now let's choose the border radius to 20 to make the edges round. Lastly, we have this margin option. Let's set the margin to 20. And look, hope you guys are getting it in the right way that how to use these features. Now set this all to default. Now we have this color option of the menu on normal, hover and active state. Let's choose the text color to black and the background color to somewhat pink. Alright, yeah, like this. From here we can also choose a separator color like this. I'm setting this to gray like this. Now move to the hover. From here we will choose the text color to gray like this. Now move to the active color. You can adjust the active color in the same manner. Now scroll down to the submenu option. From here we will choose the submenu color on normal, hover and active state. Let's choose the text color to gray and the background color to light gray like this. Now move to the hover. From here I'm choosing the text color to white and the background color to light pink just to match our theme. And look, it's amazing, right? I think so we need to choose a dark color in the hover. Let's choose the text color to gray.
or somewhat black. Yeah. Now close this section and close this tab. And we are done with our horizontal menu. We did a great job. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave those in the comments below. Now let's have a final look.
I hope you guys found this video helpful. So don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more videos like this.